Hey, how you doing? Dan Ferris here.
Michael Williamson.
From Complete Media, the finest agency on the prairie, with another, we think pretty solid and something possibly a lot of businesses don't even think about, a little marketing inside view here in a tip or two. We want to deal today with the vision statement, not to be confused.
With an eye chart.
With an eye chart. Yeah, you know what? I was going to go there eventually. A vision statement. It's a whole different beast than a mission statement. Right. And I think Michael can explain that a little more in depth.
That's what we're going to try and tackle today, because we spend a good deal of time talking with our clients about the development of an effective mission statement and a vision statement. And by and large, I think you would agree, people pretty much have a concept of a mission statement. That's pretty well known, tossed around quite a bit. But the vision statement, they think about that wrestling movie.
The wrestling movie.
Wasn't there some movie, Vision Quest?
That wasn't this is what wrestling movie.
It was. It was. Our cameraman is nodding. Yes, you remember correctly. Matthew Modine. I got it.
Seriously?
Vision Quest. Check it out. It's a keeper.
Oh, I was thinking of the Tim Allen something.
No, not Tim Allen. No. Vision Quest. That's what we're on today, Vision Quest. And I wish you were as hot as, help me out, who was the gal that played opposite Matthew Modine? She was older, too. And she seduced Matthew Modine. And he's a wrestler. So enough of that. I digress. So we're on our own Vision Quest.
We are.
And you haven't seen it, so I suggest you rent it. Anyway, so basically the difference between a vision statement and a mission statement is very simple. A mission statement is meant to communicate with your demographic, your potential customer, your clientele, the general public.
Public in general, sure.
Yep. And a vision statement is meant to be more internal, more inspirational, more something that resonates with you and your employees, your staff. It can be. You can throw it out there to the general public, but its primary goal, first and foremost, is to speak to the internal elements that make your business thrive and drive.
Yeah, it's more of I guess you could put it more in the category of what is the dream for this company moving ahead a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and to put that into a succinct message internally, and to help build that internal culture. It's like, where are we going with this?
That's exactly right, because research has found that if you can craft an effective vision statement that resonates with your people, they will be more likely to be engaged with the day-to-day processes and functions of your business. They'll be better ambassadors for your business. People forget that some of the greatest resources they have are the people that come to work for them every day. Once they leave the job, think about, if you're doing a good job keeping them happy and inspiring them, what a great ambassador they can be for your business. And that's what's great about a vision statement.
Yeah, and I think if you want to boil it down to little successive approximations, I can remember, and I have been around media and marketing and sales, blah, 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 for, well over 3 decades at this point. And I worked with a gentleman back in broadcast years ago, and he would actually hang photos of things that he wanted in his life that he aspired to.
I thought you were going there with those inspirational posters that everybody had forever back in the 90s.
Nothing to do with kitten posters.
No, not kitten posters, but the ones with nature and then the caption. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad those are gone.
Yeah, but he would do, for instance, say he wanted a new car a year from now or something like that. Right. He would decide what car he wanted. He would find a photo image of that, and he would pin that on the wall in his office as just a reference. It was his own little mini vision statement.
Right.
It's like, okay, if I do this is where I'm going, and this is where I aspire to be a year from now or 2 years from now.
Right. And that's what the question is. Why does my business exist? That's usually the first question that we ask our clients to help them start down the path of developing a vision statement. Why does my business exist? You don't necessarily want to put that question out in general public. If you don't know, they're not going to be able to tell you.
There's
so
that.
You need to figure that out internally and then share it and then move forward from there. And that's as simple as it gets. And so, like you say, where do I see my business going is typically the next question. Mm-hmm. Why does it exist, and where do I see it going?
And being able to implement a plan from that vision. For instance, say your company today has 5 employees. Maybe part of this vision is, hey, 3 or 4 years from now, I'd like to have 15 people on staff.
That can certainly be part of it.
Meaning this much. And the idea is to maybe get a cross-section of your staff together if you have various departments and just start having some fun with it.
Absolutely. That is crucial. So many business owners grew up with the idea that it's their way or the highway. And thankfully, that is going the way of the highway because you have to be inclusive. That's the idea of the vision statement. That's the idea of the process in crafting that vision statement, is bring your people in, especially if you're multi-departmental. You have to have different perspectives and you have to get buy-in. And so if you're just a handy wordsmith of a CEO and sit down and scribble it out and slap it on the wall and say, there you go, people, that's how it is, you're not going to get that engagement that I talked about earlier and that buy-in, and that's certainly not going to translate into good ambassadorship out of beyond your day-to-day existence as a business.
So yeah, the actual manufacturing of it, and again, it's one of those things, and we certainly get it. Staring at the blank page is intimidating most of the time, but you're going to need a blank page.
Or a blank screen, something blank. And don't get us wrong. Our experience has been, and we don't sugarcoat it, crafting a good vision statement is typically, if you want it to be a good one, if you want it to have, a shelf life, it's not a quick and simple process. And we've talked with companies that are constantly working and the vision statement is evolving. It should be a living, breathing document because businesses change, times change. So you have to accommodate for those instances and not lock yourself into this is the way it is, period, no matter what. It has to have some flexibility.
Yeah, and again, it's not about selling any specific product or service. Right. It is about, hey, where I'll put it this way, one of my favorites, and I want to say it's Google, their vision statement, and it's pretty simple: global domination. How are they doing? Their vision statement was global domination. You think about that. There's
a few local businessmen here in Sioux Falls that I think that's their vision statement is all, but we're not going to name names, are we?
It's fairly lofty, and it may be a bit, cocky.
Yes.
But it's a vision statement.
Well, I'm not going there. I wanted to so badly, but I'm not going there.
Yeah, but again, we're talking about maybe a very succinct sentence. No, right. Certainly no more than a paragraph or two.
Yeah, if you want to have fun, Google vision statements, and you'll, along with mission statements, along with logos, and put the word "bad" in front of it, and you'll have a good laugh. And you can write it off as it's part of work. I mean, you can do this at work and get away with it, and you'll entertain yourself because there's sites out there that share those with you, and it's a wonderful exercise to see how ridiculous it is, and a lot of them are attributed to very prominent companies and individuals, and you read it and you go, what did that? But again, we're not going to name any names. Just advise you, so far you have this list of things to do. Rent Vision Quest, okay, and Google bad vision statements and bad mission statements. But one thing that helps a lot of people get going on their vision statement is to begin the conversation about some of the experiences that everyone has shared in that business, right? What are some of the challenges that you've experienced? What are some of the successes? What are some of the things that you've identified that really keep people coming back day in and day out, that motivate people, that you've identified that are important to people? I mean, we have that here. We know what we like about working here.
Yeah, and another nice touchstone maybe to get things going is to step back and talk a little bit about where the business started. Day one, how did it start, and what's transpired in the meantime. That can give you somewhat of a glimpse, a roadmap of what's already happened, which may help you look down the line for your vision statement.
That's why Microsoft's vision statement says one day we want to have a really nice garage, because of course that's where they started. We want to go from a single stall garage to at least a triple stall garage. So I'd say they've exceeded the expectations of their vision statement.
That's it. Exactly. I mean, when I was growing up, seriously, McDonald's was kind of a new thing. McDonald's hamburgers. And you could get a cheeseburger or a hamburger. That's what you could get.
Yep. And when I told my dad I didn't want pickles or ketchup on it, it ticked him off.
Well, yeah, because that's going to be a problem, man.
Got to stay in line longer.
You got what you've got. And now these days you can get a drive-through and think about this. Hello, Baconator. Hello?
Yeah, exactly.
Because someone had a vision statement.
Someone had a vision statement.
America.
And that kind of takes us to the next, subject matter. This is a vision statement can be daring. It doesn't have to be all, unicorns and rainbows.
Or just corporate speak.
Or it can be daring. It can be edgy. It can be, dare I say, disagreeable.
Well, again, go back. Global domination.
Again, I'm sure they all buy into global domination at Google.
But yeah, it's gosh, you can make a team exercise out of it. Pick some people key to the organization, whatever the case may be, and just start throwing stuff up there. But again, it is serious. The end product is serious. It should cut across the board of all the staff, management, ownership, stockholders, if you got them, whatever the case may be. It's important stuff. The most successful companies in the world have succinct, living, breathing vision statements.
Yeah, and I know some of you right there, all three of you that are going to watch this, are saying to yourself, I don't want to have that challenge of dealing with committees and teams and groups and stockholders and everything, and we grant you that's not always an ideal scenario, but for this, trust us, it is. And even if it turns into a nightmare, you'll at least identify on a certain level who really gets what you're trying to accomplish with your company and the direction that you want to take it. Because the people that buy into the necessity of a vision statement and get skin in the game, those are the ones that are going to really contribute to the process. So, it sounds daunting to begin with, we know, but just go with it, see what happens. So at this point, what do we want to do? We kind of want to, let's summarize the tips for crafting that. So the idea is to think in the future, 5 to 10 years in the future, and dream big.
Yeah, we're still waiting for flying cars, by the way. I forget who that was exactly, but let's go.
It was the Jetsons, and then
Marty McFly.
And this is also important, and people don't think in terms of this. And as a copywriter, I've taken vision statements and go, use the present tense. Talk in terms of the here and now. Don't talk about what you did in the past or what what we hope to do. We're talking now. So that again, that contributes to that flexibility, that living, breathing aspect of the statement itself.
Also, clear, concise language. Clear, concise.
Yeah. Again, Google bad vision statements and you'll know what exactly not to do, because there's so many out there that are not clear and concise. Here's the rule of thumb. An effective vision statement, and some people, they say it can be a paragraph or two. Really try and keep it from being a paragraph or two, because the idea is that it needs to be something that your people not only buy into, but maybe not word for word, but they can share with other people, cohesively. I mean, they can say, I work at a company and this is what we believe, this is what we do, and that should reflect the vision statement.
Yeah, and I think, and again, getting back to, corporate speak and just, homogenous, one-dimensional words, whatever, inject it with some passion and some emotion. And I do this I point blank when I go meet.
Very passionate.
Yeah, I get a little
very emotional.
I get a little out there, but I will, honest to goodness, when I first meet a business owner or a decision maker, I will very, very consciously gauge how passionate they are about their business. And if they're just kind of, the odds are pretty good, maybe don't want to work with them. I mean, we love being engaged with people who love being engaged with what it is they do.
Absolutely. It doesn't get any simpler than that. So, challenge yourself, challenge those around you to be open to the idea of developing this, because once you get it in place, it's a game changer. Whether you have people pin it on their walls, whether it's a screensaver, whether it's stenciled on the wall.
Boxer shorts.
Boxer shorts is good. Tattoo. We all get ours tattooed. Everybody that comes on board at Complete Media, if they last a month, then the next thing that happens is they have to go get the vision statement. Typically tattooed right here on the lower back.
We're pretty inked up.
Yeah, we are. So I'd say, if you want any more help on that, you know where to find us. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, appreciate it very much. Again, I'm Dan Ferris.
And I'm Michael Williamson.
Complete Media Incorporated. See ya.